Steven's been banned from the show. He doesn't know how to work computers. There's only 3 of us tonight, but it's all bros. I guess I'm just going to do all of these myself.
Oh, Slender, dude, this is your opportunity. Why are you talking?
God.
It's more fun to watch you guys struggle.
Who's struggling?
Wait, watch? How do you even see us?
I see everything.
I gotta reorganize my monitors and camera because it's at a weird angle.
Very smart, don't forget about that.
We're gonna do a reunion show. I think we get it.
Mad Barber Entertainment.
They wouldn't let me use the actual NWO.
For a second, I thought that this was you doing it. I forgot this was actually the intro.
Oh. I was like, no, it is me doing it. I wonder if that George guy still is. Does he exist still? Alrighty. Welcome to the Mad Dump, or as we like to call it around here, the Madluminum Dump Show.
Oh, you mean Madaluminium?
Yeah, I can't say it or Australian-y. Anyway, so yeah, Stephen Walton was like, man, I'm never going to be on there again. Fuck that. I hate Scott. I'm like, but Scott's so cool. He's my friend. He's like, I hate Scott. I'm never going.
Yeah, it's because Scott got remonetized. So now Walton doesn't have anything to hold over him.
Yep. Yes, there is a host.
Somebody's all jealous and
You're supposed to be
angry.
working. Anyway, who? Oh, Steven. Yes. Steven is jealous. And then Tina Bojan, I don't know if you know her, Bad Take Tina. She was like, no, I'm so sad because Ant-Man and the Wasp enters the Quantumania realm. Didn't live up to my Loki expectations. I'm never coming on again, so she's never going to be here again. Am I missing anybody?
Well, no, that's funny that you said it like that because it's also her low-key expectations and also her low-key expectations. So that was very clever.
This is true. Hey, Sean. Hey, Soul. Hey, you're B Army? Keith? Oh, this other person.
You're balmy.
My aluminum spork. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, wow. Really? That was quick. Still my stuff. Anyway, some people are supposed to be working right now, not hanging out on the internet. Yeah, Eric, low-key expectations. Oh, boy. I guess we can get this out of the way. Let's what's on the thumbnail? I couldn't even tell.
I don't know. I didn't see the thumbnail, so let's just assume that it is.
Oh, wait, here you go. YouTube CEO steps down. So, yeah, Mama Susan stepped down. I'm going to have Tom come in and rewrite the my theme song to add in, what's his name? It doesn't matter.
It's a man that's taking over?
Yeah, Indian.
An Indian dude.
Yeah, red dot, not feather.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right,
yep.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure, yep.
He's been there since 2007, I think.
Though, I mean, that could also be his Indian name as well. If he was American Indian.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Mama Susan. Just because it the girlfriend had the suggestion. Well, just keep referring to him as Mama Susan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the big takeaway here is nothing of value was lost, and nothing's going to change.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Did she get another job, or is she like stopping to start a litter or something?
She wants to focus on family and personal projects.
Yeah. No. Passion projects, which usually means they have absolutely no idea what they're gonna do.
Oh, is she gonna start making movies?
She does. Come on, bro. That's
Wait,
slang
so she wasn't
for she
passionate
got
about
fired.
YouTube. What a shock.
No, God, no.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. Yeah, so she's gone. Now the new Mama Susan is here. I guess
Oh,
we
that's
call
a
her.
really cool catchphrase, Dr. Anonymous. I wish someone would use that.
How do I ban people? Do I have power to ban people? Anyway, if we didn't need the view,
you're gonna
I
beam
would ban
Dr.
you.
Anonymous colleague up before they get beamed down.
That's true,
mean-
yeah.
Listen, if they can't be savory, they can at least be delicious.
Why not both?
I mean, they kind of mean the same thing, though, don't they?
Well, delicious doesn't necessarily. I mean, something could be sweet and delicious at the same time.
Well, savory. Could something be savory and delicious at the same
Well,
time?
savory's
right?
more,
Savory is the
more on the
opposite of
salty sort of
sweet.
side.
Wait, what did you say? Savory is the opposite of sweet?
There's different flavors. There's savory, there's sweet, there's sour.
I don't
There's
think savory
umami.
is a. I don't think that's a flavor. I think that's a description, isn't it?
It's a
'Cause
flavor.
the
Flavor.
opposite of sweet is sour.
You're looking at it as a binary. It's a fucking triangle, man.
Yeah, it's a
Wait,
trinary.
Man, I can't believe I'm gonna have to Google what the fuck is. Oh, I should use Bing. Hey, Bing, what's savory?
Well, what's okay? So opposite of sweet, wouldn't that be salty then?
No, the opposite of sweet would
What's
be
it?
sour, right?
No,
Like
because
the,
things can be
like
sour
the-
and sweet at the same time. I mean, like most fruits are.
Like the gummy bears.
I don't
Oh,
know gummy
okay.
bears.
All right, Slender, you were wrong. So the definition is belonging to the category that is salty or spicy rather than sweet. See, it is a flavor.
So I told you.
I'm
But
not Yeti. You're not pulling this shit on me.
Number 2 though is morally wholesome or acceptable. That was the definition I was using. I always go for the second one, never the first.
Okay.
But yeah, see, Eric K even thought it was a description. I mean, yes.
I guess because people say they savor the flavor, sort
Yeah.
of. That's slightly different, but
Wait,
yeah,
isn't that just a soul patch?
it could be. Yeah,
I thought that was any kind of
but
beer.
that's a flavor saver. That's different.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If I have to come in there, I will. Anyway, so no one in particular. Where were we at?
Hey, what's Gucci, Dr. Anonymous colleague?
Oh, that's
Not a
another
lot
cool
of
one.
my Prada.
How long you been holding on to that one for?
Well, I came up with it on my own,
Oh, you did. Okay.
like right now. Yeah, you saw it.
I'm just keeping on like Louis Vuitton.
Oh shit!
And he's gone. So, Slender, what are you been up to
That one
anyway,
killed
buddy?
him.
I don't know what happened. He just yeeted himself out of the stream. So, yeah, Mama Susan, he's now he's gone. Oh, wait, he's back.
Hey, it's me. I think I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, that back button on the mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've spelled that right. All right. Oh, so first topic down. What was the second one? Bruce Willis's health. That's sad.
Yeah, fucking dementia. So it wasn't actually that what he had was a symptom. So
Man.
it's a degenerative one. It doesn't actually. It's one of the more non-fatal dementias, but it's the one that really compromises your immune system. So it won't kill you, but just a cold will by the end of it.
Yeah.
And it'll make you wish you were dead. Like,
if
yeah.
you can even remember.
none of those degenerative conditions are any fun to live with.
Nah. I don't know. Yeah.
But I mean,
Wouldn't
the
be
best
fun.
part about dementia is you can play hide and seek by yourself.
I promise. Like, let's go with this. Slender gets treated like Yeti thing.
Can I ban people?
I mean, Slender kind of looks like Yeti if you shaved all the hair off.
Oh man, he does look like a naked Yeti.
I'm taller.
Have you ever seen a shaved Wookiee?
I've seen a shaved like grizzly bear. Those things are fucking frightening.
Let's see if I can find one because I don't
And
want
what
to be the
about like
only one.
those Sphinx cats? Those things look creepy and weird.
Yeah, but by design. Well, not by design. They're not designed. They're well, I guess they could be.
They kind of
some
are.
way. Yeah.
Like they were bred specifically to be what's that thing where like they don't make you allergic? Hypoallergenic.
Yeah, those things. Yeah. Good Lord, there's so many naked Wookiees. I mean, y'all can Google it on your own right after Blue Waffle. Anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
let's real quick. Let's see because I don't want to be too sad about Bruce. You know what I mean? Because he is a true movie star. You know, it gets thrown around a lot, but him, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, those are movie stars. If you know what I mean.
Speaking of movie stars, there you go. That's a shaved bear.
Ugh. The
Fucking horrifying.
dude, that's a chupacabra. What are you talking
I know,
about?
right?
That is a cryptid.
Like, look at these. Look at that.
Imagine if that thing snorted a bunch of cocaine.
That'll never happen.
So yeah, let's if you can real quick. I know it's last second. Top 5 Bruce Willis movies. I think Die Hard obviously is going to be up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die Hard with a Vengeance too. I actually enjoy it. I don't know, man. That's tough.
Last Boy Scout.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Armageddon.
Oh yeah. Whole 9 yards.
People are gonna hate this list. Nah, I don't know about that one. Let's see.
I love
here.
Whole 9 yards. I thought it was awesome.
Let's see. So we got Die Hard.
I mean, I agree with Brahma on Hudson Hawk.
I guess
That was back when he was still funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. He's always been funny.
Well,
to me.
before he was, all actiony.
So let's see. Die Hard, Armageddon, right? What about 12 Monkeys? Ooh, 12 Monkeys.
I do. I love 12 Monkeys.
It's great. It's one of the few time travel movies that actually works. The Fifth
Well, it's a
Element.
fully
God dang it.
closed loop.
Fifth Element would be in the top 5. 12
Yeah.
Monkeys wouldn't make it for me because it's too confusing. I have to be like
What?
fully engaged to follow that movie.
What about Tears of the Sun? It's
Tears of
Oh,
the Sun
that's-
was really good too. Damn it.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that one.
Tears of the Sun. What's great about that is it has a great example of what a Australian pill or bounding Overwatch is, or reverse bounding Overwatch, right? When they each peel back, right? When they're at after the Mohawk guy gets shot with, there's that pig, and then they start peeling back. Oh man, just the tactical movement in that is fantastic. Great movie, Tears of the Sun, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's another Antoine Fuqua movie.
Could be.
I'm a
100% certain, to be honest.
I'm a big fan of Antoine Fuqua.
Oh, what about Bruce's work with Midnight, Shamalama Ding Dong,
Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
and Unbreakable?
I liked both of the movies. I don't know if
Yeah.
they make top 5 for me.
no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I could put either one of those in top 5 because it's. I'm trying to look up if Antoine Fuqua was the
But I know
director.
you guys will probably jump all over me for this, but I might put Red in my top 5 because that movie's just so freaking fun.
I'll give you that. Red is good. You didn't like the sequel?
It wasn't as good as the first one.
By the way, it was directed by Antoine Fuqua. So I got that one right. Nailed it.
That's right. He was in Sin City too.
Yeah, but that was more of a. I wouldn't say that was a Bruce Willis movie.
No, I wouldn't call that a Bruce Willis film. So
Let's see here. Does that count as a Willis movie? Which one's Sean? I must not Moonlighting.
Moonlight. Well, that's the TV series.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count then. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I don't think Pulp Fiction is a Bruce Willis movie. Bruce Willis is in it, but I wouldn't categorize it as a Bruce Willis movie. You guys agree?
Yeah,
Agreed.
no, that's fair enough.
It sounds like your daughter's throwing shit at you because you're picking the wrong movies.
Yeah. She's. I mean, she's a big John Travolta fan,
She's
so
like,
she's
oh,
just
yeah.
like, yeah.
Or is she like, how have you not mentioned Over the Hedge?
Still mentioning that scene where he gets blown away. She's still a bit, pissed off about that. So
Did I get that movie right? Over the Hedge?
Oh, the bear or rabbit thingy, the cartoon one.
Yeah.
Was that him?
I thought he was in it. I may just be making that up.
You know, another one I really liked that we haven't mentioned yet is The
What?
Jackal.
Oh, yeah, with not Robert
Jack
Redford.
Black.
Richard
Yeah,
Gere.
Jack Black's in it. Richard Gere's in it. Yeah, that one's not bad. Anytime he tries to go blind, it's always weird.
And I mean, you get to see Jack Black get his arm blown off.
That
which
is
pretty
cool.
fun.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, Boosh, Armageddon is definitely in the top 5 for me. I don't. Oh, man, let me think. All right, so my top 5. I'm gonna go from 5 to 1. Right. I think coming in number 5 is gonna be 12 Monkeys for me. 4, Armageddon. It's so much fun. 16 Blocks is good too. 3, I'm going to go with Tears of the Sun. 2, oh man, The Last Boy Scout, and then 1 will be Die Hard, the original. Yeah, I think that's my top 5. I'm going to stick with them. Grant, you ready?
Yeah. So 12 Monkeys, definitely. Last Boy Scout. The Whole 9 Yards.
Let's see.
Shit. Die Hard's there, but I'm not too sure where I'd put it.
The Siege too, man. At least get some.
And
mention
Fifth
of this
Element
place.
would be number 1, I think. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Over the Hedge. I was right. Yeah, he was in that. All right, Slender. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Red as my number 5. Hudson Hawk is my number 4. Probably The Jackal is my number 3. Tears of the Sun is my number 2, and Die Hard is my number 1.
Okay, I got that. It almost feels like you have to put Die Hard as number 1 because of the
He wouldn't exist without Die Hard.
Yeah. That's probably true. Because he was just a comedian up to that point. I need to see more.
Yeah,
Bruce
it'd be the
Willis
equivalent
movies,
of like
apparently.
Matthew Perry turning into an action star at the late 90s.
I don't know about that, bro. Matthew Perry, I don't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what it was like. No one believed him. That's why it was such a crazy breakout role for him. Because he was always the quirky, funny guy in all the office type shows that he was doing. He was never seen as a tough guy.
So Boost goes with Last Boy Scout, The Sixth Sense, Armageddon, Fifth Element, and number 1 is Die Hard. Yeah, I can't argue against that. Personally, The Sixth Sense,
I mean, it's a good movie. I don't know if it's like I think would I want to watch this again and again and again?
Right.
And I don't.
No.
You take away the twist ending in The Sixth Sense, and it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
And honestly, I might even drop Red and put The Fifth Element in at number 5. It's like almost a tie. I really like The Fifth Element too.
What was the one that he was in against Alec Baldwin? And that was the kid that had like autism. That wasn't a bad one.
Was that Mercury Rising?
That's the one.
I do remember that now. Yeah. Yeah, The Sixth Sense, I don't know. It just seems boring in comparison to the other ones.
It's a great first watch, but after that, it's not worth watching.
No,
in
you're
my
right.
opinion.
It doesn't.
Well, no, you can watch it a second time because you pick up on the clues that you missed, but then the third time you're just like, I'm not watching this again.
Right. Because Joel Harry Osborne, whatever his name is, he.
No.
Did I nail it? Yeah.
Haley Joel Osmond.
We said the same thing.
Harry Joel Osmond, as he just said.
Oh, okay.
I think it's an Osborne too. He did an amazing job on it. If you go back and watch it, you realize that he knew he was a ghost the entire time. It was us. That reveal wasn't for him. It was for us the reveal of him being a ghost. So it puts an entirely new dynamic on how he's interacting with Bruce Willis in the movie. But again, after that second watch through, there's really no, you get it, you know?
Yeah.
There's not enough joy in it, I guess. Or enough to keep your attention, because you know where it's going.
It's still
And it's a
better than
very
his version
slow-
of Death Wish.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it, man. I didn't even get it to where he started getting vengeance.
Okay, jeez. Yeah.
You know what's better than his Death Wish is Kevin Bacon's death sentence.
Death sentence?
Yeah,
Who's in
bro.
that one?
Kevin Bacon.
You know, I get that from when you said Kevin Bacon's death sentence, but I mean, who else?
I don't remember anybody else being in it. It's in that same vein or that same look of, man, Running Scared with Paul Walker. There's a whole bunch of movies that had that. It was a comic book movie, right? So it had that gritty to it. Like, what's that? Oh, what's that movie with? Damn it, what's his name that played the devil in Prophecy? You may know him from Lord of the Rings, if that's easy.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen, History of Violence.
That one, right? So it's kind of, that one's not as good. We watched that too long ago. It's fine, but not as good as I built it up in my head more than, you know, my nostalgia made me think of it to be a lot better. But yeah, Death Sentence movie, I think it came out, 2007?
The James Wan film?
Is it? That would make, it is directed by James. I like James Wan.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I heard him speak?
Oh, yeah, you freaked out. You're like, oh my God, what the hell's that accent?
I didn't know he was Australian.
Yeah, well, he did Saul.
Oh, I think I put that in Sleepaway Camp, didn't I? Where I did an interview with him. Where I put in an interview with him. He's like, hey, yeah, mate, I'm in Australia. Sneaks are everywhere. You know, however, because if you look at him, you're like, oh, he's not going to have an Australian accent. But let's see. Soul Assassin goes with Fifth Element, Armageddon, Die Hard, Tears of the Sun, and Red. Another one for Red.
And Red. I never really got into Red. I mean, I didn't even like the comic book either, but it was just one of those ones I just didn't really get into.
Do you just not like fun, Grant?
Define fun. I mean, I wasn't really blowing anything up or anything. I was just watching other people doing it, so I don't really think that counts as fun.
Yeah, Sherry, 12 Monkeys definitely. Oh, you didn't say it. Sorry. You like it. Yes, which is the correct view of it. But Boo said that it's a little on the weird side. Absolutely. And
I agree with Boosh on that one.
Well, I think, and I think Brad Pitt did an amazing job. I think it's one of his best performances.
I don't know why he hates that performance so much.
Hates it, but I think is awesome. I think he's great in it, but as far as time travel,
Brad Pitt is great in everything Brad Pitt has ever done.
That is true.
When Brad Pitt takes a shit, that's a Brad Pitt shit.
Hey, man. Oh, speaking of the Brad Pitt taking a shit, the Mexican is actually a lot better than what people give it credit for. I really enjoyed that movie.
That's not the film I thought you were going with then.
It's him and Julia
Roberts. Yeah.
At the she was at the apex of her attractiveness.
Not
Maybe the apex. She was in the last sprint, the last lap.
Yeah, the race is already finished and she's still running.
Okay, now I disagree with Boosh because he's wrong.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt was not annoying in 7.
No, haven't seen the Mexican in years. I like it. In the Ocean movies, that's what his character was. He wasn't, you know.
Yeah, there were so many characters in the Ocean's movies. It's not like anybody had time to act.
Right. It was nice having someone that wasn't like trying to eat up the scenery in every scene that they're in, you know?
Well,
He's back there having a little snack. in every
Yeah,
scene.
he does good in those compilation sort of films. Like him and Fury was really good. I enjoyed him in that.
Loved Fury, another Antoine Fuqua movie.
Oh, you swear at
Love
me.
Fury.
Oh, sorry, you're saying that. Okay.
Yeah, I liked
Fury,
him in the new one, the Bullet Train.
yeah, I thought that was great,
Yeah.
and he was all personality in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely let it loose, and I like his World War Z too. By the way,
Oh, really?
yeah, I don't mind it.
I mean, the movie was terrible, but he did good in it.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, it was.
I just wish he was able to nail the accent like he could in Inglourious Bastards.
Wait, he was supposed to have an accent in World War Z?
Yeah, it was supposed to be English, but
Nope. His wife was English.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they rewrote his character for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
movie.
hell yeah. I mean, the movie is nothing like the book. You know, the book takes place all over the world, with different protagonists. You know,
Yeah, the book does
Throughout.
not have a contiguous plot.
nuh. I guess we're. You know what? Since we're here, let's rate our top 5 Brad Pitt movies for whatever reason.
okay, so that one's easy. It's you good ones. I thought you meant bad ones. Okay, I'll have to
No,
think
good
about
ones.
it then.
By the way, Killing
gonna
Them
say, what do you got?
Softly is considered a bad movie, but I've watched it a few times. I like
didn't
Killing Them
like it.
Softly.
I
Huh?
didn't like it.
I did. I liked it.
Well, I'll tell you both right now. If your number 1 is not Fight Club, you are wrong, and we can move on.
Okay,
Well,
well,
okay. Number 2
it's
has to
not.
be Deadpool 2 as the Vanisher.
That one's pretty
So,
good too.
I mean, yeah.
Even
Man,
though that's only a cameo.
I'm gonna have my number 1 probably would be Legends of the Fall. I think it is a fantastic.
Ooh,
movie.
did Legends of the Fall also make you question your sexuality? When he came riding over the hill on that stallion with his hair blowing in the
Well,
wind.
here's the thing. It's full of like euphemism and innuendos. I mean, he does get attacked by a big hairy bear at the end. So
Well, twice, a couple times.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Snatch. I love him in Snatch. The deal was you better have your side. I'm not fucking there carrying on the fucking wheels.
What do I carry on the fucking wheels for? Huh?
But it's not his. It's
That
not a Brad
gags.
Pitt movie.
It's for me, ma. It's for me, ma.
Yeah, it's a Pediatric Blue. Yeah,
Oh,
it's not. It's not a Brad
dogs.
Pitt movie.
Sure. I like
Yeah,
dads.
proper fucked.
Man, Moneyball may make it into my top 5. I like that movie a lot.
Well, okay, would you consider that a Brad Pitt film?
Moneyball, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. It's all about him. Sleepers is sleeper hit, although it's
Sleepers.
another ensemble.
That's what I'm saying. He's really good at those ensemble ones. Sleepers was a phenomenally good film.
What about his accent in The Devil's Own? I need that money, Tom.
Actually, strange enough, I would put Meet Joe Black up in his best ones because I absolutely think he nailed that character.
I think his accent in The Devil's Own is on par with Leonardo's in Blood Diamond.
Mm-hmm. That's from my TV, bro.
I mean, I don't disagree, but at the same time, I wouldn't put the what was the one you said, Grant, where he's deaf? Like,
Meet Joe
Wait, what?
Black.
yeah, Meet You. Like, it's a good performance, but it's not in my top 5. Like,
No,
it's a chick flick.
once you see him get hit by the van,
It's
it's
fucking hilarious, though,
And
isn't it?
bounce off the car.
Yeah. Oh, that was. You had to go see that movie to see the trailer for the Phantom Menace, and
Yeah.
everybody would wait until he gets hit by the bus, and then everybody would leave. The theater would be empty as soon as he's done being hit by the bus. I didn't even know he'd had an accent in Meet Joe Black. Sherry,
Of course, now I'm gonna get myself in trouble because Interview with the Vampire, I really liked him in.
I haven't seen him forever. I probably should watch it again. I think he's good in The Big Short too.
Oh yeah, Big Short. I mean, there isn't really a bad performance in that film, though.
No.
No.
This one's really, really slow. But the assassination of Jesse James by the coward
Bond.
Robert Ford
Yeah,
is a good movie.
I just wish the title was longer.
It drags though. Oh,
Just
7
wish the
has
title
to be in
was
top
longer.
5. 7 has to be in top 5. That's a great one. I know it's been memed, his whole what's in the box, but you shouldn't let that take away from the movie. Another one that
No, it was
does that,
memed because it had impact.
yeah. Well, same thing with Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. Go back and watch that movie.
Yeah.
That scene with him on the stand, fucking phenomenal, amazing.
It's not even the best line. That's
No.
the thing. People don't remember that one
Yeah.
because that was just.
What is it? You need me on that wall. You
Want
me
you
on that wall.
need
Yeah.
me on that wall to protect you. Like, yeah. And then you have to hide to question it when I do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like when he got shot in the head by George Clooney in Burn After Reading.
Oh, yeah, that was
In the
very
cupboard.
that was a Coen brother movie, wasn't it?
If it wasn't, it's the most Coen Brothers movie that isn't a Coen Brothers one. Like,
I was
Jesus
thinking the same thing. I think it's one of their lesser films. I don't like it as much as some of their others. Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Good Lord, this dude has done a lot of great movies.
Troy.
Of course, Troy. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I like that movie.
I love that
It's
movie.
okay.
I've watched
yeah.
that movie several times because it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, and you can
I
tell
know
that
Grant won't like it because there's explosions and.
I don't. It would be hard to find another movie where the two leads have that much chemistry.
Yeah.
The horniness.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Legit. Them in that movie made my screen wet. There was so much.
Well, you shouldn't be watching it in the sauna, man.
But yeah, you could definitely tell that is there was some, that was real. Wait, talking about having to shoot someone and forgetting the guy's name, that was cringe. What is this? Interview was okay, but Queen of the Dam was shit. I mean, no argument here.
Queen of the Dam. Yeah, that was Elias' last film.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie.
No, listen, Booze. He wasn't talking about someone he shot. He was talking about someone he worked with that was shot. Remember when he's talking to Morgan Freeman and he's like, fuck, what is his name? And he kept trying to think of it. It wasn't somebody that he shot. It was someone that he worked with. Now, I forgot exactly what happened with him, but yeah, it was a fellow officer. It wasn't somebody that he shot. That would be cringe.
What was that fucking space one that he was in that had
Oh yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones in it, and the black chick that was in everything like 5 years ago.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra, that's right. Yeah.
The shooting on the moon thing was okay. Other than that, I don't remember shit about it.
It was long.
It doesn't
I
come
think it
anywhere
was the
near my
last movie I
top
saw
5.
Donald Sutherland in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Megamind. By the way, I know it's not his. It's a Will Ferrell movie, but that's
I
a
haven't
fun
seen it,
fucking
so-
movie. You haven't seen Megamind?
No, I don't know what
You should see
shit.
Megamind. It's fun.
See, I was always under the impression that you liked your daughter. How you not shown her Megamind? It is great. It is really fun.
Well, because if she wants to watch something, I'll just put on something that's easy to watch for kids, like The Big Short or something.
Why is The Departed under his movies here? He wasn't
Wait,
in
what?
Departed. Yeah, he wasn't in Departed. Was he in True Romance? I don't think he was in that either. Anyway, all right. Well, that covers them.
Wait, he was in Departed? Who the fuck?
I mean, it
What?
says he was. It says that he was. Well, Google. I'm not using Bing. Yeah, I don't think he was, man. I think that makes.
I don't remember. I mean, was he like just a copper that was with Marky
no.
Mark?
I'm looking at the cast now. I'm not seeing him because I've seen Departed so many fucking times.
Yeah. And he wasn't in the original either, so.
Oh, I didn't know Chance Cayley was in that. I'm going to be on a live stream with him coming up pretty soon.
That's cool.
He played the Godfather in Generation Kill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I brought up the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. What about Cool World? I think the girlfriend likes that one. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
I remember he was on Friends.
Oh, my favorite episode of Friends was the Thanksgiving one with Brad Pitt. I thought it was great. Anybody remember?
I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
He
Yeah,
hates.
vaguely.
He had blonde hair.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I remember.
hated Jennifer Aniston from when they grew up together or whatever, because she always fucked with him or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was banging her at that time, wasn't he, in real life?
Yep. It was before he did Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So that covers Brad Pitt for whatever reason why we were covering him.
Yeah. So as we were talking about Bruce Willis, yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I hope I hope he goes easy. You know what I mean?
No.
I hope it's not too bad of a death. I hope he goes easy into the night.
He's probably going to be around for years. It's a
think
slow.
so?
Yeah. It's not going to kill him. That's the thing. Over time, his immune system will be compromised as his brain turns to jelly.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty soon he won't be able to
Green
walk.
Club. That's what it was. Yeah, he was in the I Hate Rachel Green Club with Ross. Yeah. So now Disney Reparations Call. Don't know anything about this.
Me neither.
I think this is related to Disney just started doing like a reboot of the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, and they talk about white fragility and reparations in like one of the very first episodes.
They don't just talk about white fragility. They have Robin DiAngelo's book in the show where somebody gives it to a white guy saying that you need to read this.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
So
that book is horrible.
So they've redone the Proud Family.
That's exactly what I thought, Boosh. I was like, oh, Louder with Crowd. Oh no, Louder and Prouder. Okay.
So wait, so Louder and Prouder has been remade or sequeled or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, that's
I
like
don't.
fucking
It's
20
okay.
years old,
Disney's
isn't it?
ruining another franchise. Who? Big surprise. Moving
Right?
on.
Yeah.
And what do? They give someone a book on white fragility.
Yeah, by Robin
And then they call
DiAngelo.
for reparations
But
because
that's not what the show was. Oh, fuck
And then they
me,
had
really?
a whole. Well, it wasn't a song. They were just saying that they
it
did
was
this.
slam poetry.
Yeah, about how the United States was built on slavery, basically 1619, but in the slam
Yeah.
poetry done on your kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
But
And then those dumb little shits said they didn't even want the fucking mule. And it's like, really? The mule was the most valuable thing offered to you.
I mean, those 40 acres though.
Yeah, those 40 acres ain't going to do you any good if you don't have a mule. Back
Okay.
then, at least.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, back then, yeah. But the opposite would be true now. The thing of value would be the 40 acres, not the mule. Just saying. Anyway, have you ever read White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo? Oh boy. It starts off cuckoo bananas.
I mean, that would imply that I know how to read, and
Oh,
that's
good
not
point.
really my thing.
Yeah. So that covers Disney reparations. Reparations.
Oh, so that new one has Cedric the Entertainer in it. I thought he was dead.
Oh, I thought he was dead too. Somebody said he was dead the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently his sense of humor is dead at the very least.
Man, he was so good in Kings of Comedy. We watched it the other night. Steve Harvey, next to Bernie Mac, was the best. You know, D.L. Hughley,
Wait,
not
he
so
had
much.
hair then, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was good with hair.
yeah. Steve Harvey was really good in Kings of Comedy. It was great. Probably some of the best directing Spike Lee's ever done. Yeah, Patrice O'Neal, GOAT, man. He's one of the best, and he just could never get along with anybody in Hollywood to make it. You know,
Dude, he couldn't even get along with his own body.
Oh wow. No, I heard him talking about because he was originally on The Office. He was that role that what's his name came in later from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, yeah, from Jesus Christ, what
Yeah,
his
Hot
fucking
Tub
name?
Time Machine, all those movies.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Craig Robertson.
Craig Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, he was in that role on The Office originally, but it's not that he's an asshole to people. He's just not nice. He talked about how he doesn't know how to play the game, and he's like, no, Craig Robertson can play that game. White people love him.
That's true. He does do a lot of white person karaoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Speaking of white person karaoke.
Your computer hates you.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, there we go. It works now. Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you?
And that's our show. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Before we move on, I don't know how we got here, but that Clark Duke guy that was in Hot Tub Time Machine, he played the youngest guy that got in the hot tub.
Yeah, the fat kid he was from I think it was Geek or Greek.
Maybe
a TV series.
He was in one with the lesser Hemsworth called Arkansas. Actually, a really good movie.
Oh, I thought it was called Arkansas.
Okay, it could be Arkansas. I don't get him.
I don't either.
I don't know. I mean, I like him. He's funny, but every role he comes off as if he is this pussy slayer. You know what I mean? In the chicks in the show, in the movies or whatever. I know it's a movie. They have to. It's in the script, but still, it's just I don't believe this. You're charming. You're funny. But not enough to compensate for what you're giving as your appearance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's always the same. Like he's always the same character too.
Yeah.
You have to suspend disbelief. I knew a short, bald guy. He was pretty fugly, but he could pull chicks.
Who was?
It's all about the attitude.
Dude, Scott's not here.
Yeah, no, Clark Duke is he's not bald.
Well, I wasn't saying he was bald. It was like I knew a guy.
Oh, you knew a guy.
He looked like if you took Wimpy and like from Popeye and you crushed him, you like compacted him down.
Who?
Do you have another example that you could use for the people under 50?
You don't even need an example. I actually agree with them. Confidence is like 75% of the equation when you're trying to, slay puss.
I agree 100%. But this guy though, he does not have enough to compensate for how he looks. Does that make sense? I think just like with the hot crazy scale, I think there's a scale. I think the uglier you are as a guy, you're gonna have to make up for
the
that.
more confident you have to be.
Yes, exactly. And I don't think I don't think it balances out for him.
Especially when he has that stupid mustache of his.
Oh my God, it's horrible. Here,
how did we get here?
I don't know. I'm glad I got here. I'm glad I actually got here. I didn't get home till 10 of 8, and then my computer wouldn't let my mic or my camera work. And
till 10 of 8? What the hell does that even mean?
10 minutes.
I was working all day. 10 minutes.
10 to 8. You say 10 of 8. It just sounded weird. It's me, your pedal.
This is the guy we're talking about.
I mean, that is a lot to overcome.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, legitimately, if you took someone who had like Down syndrome and just stretched their face out a little bit, that's him.
Okay, yeah. Oh, here's that Arkansas movie I was talking about.
Did this person transition?
He does have a very effeminate quality to him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this one, especially.
No, but by the time he's 40, he's definitely going to look like a middle-aged lesbian.
That's
Is
a
he not
Stacy.
already 40?
And he already kind of looks like a middle-aged lesbian.
Oh, that's right. He was in The Office for a while. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too.
Yeah. He was one of the interns.
Yeah. Like, that's not his chick, is it? Well, money. He has the money. See, in the movies, he doesn't have the money to help. Because that's also a part of the skill.
Absolutely.
I don't know about all. Oh, okay, yeah. Girlfriend Cody Kennedy.
I don't know though. Isn't there like kind of a sect of feminists that are like brutally attracted to a guy that looks like they can make him their bitch?
Oh, you mean like those in the day of the life of a house husband. I wake up and I make breakfast for her. I take her to work. I come back and clean the mess.
Yeah, he has that simping house husband quality.
Speaking of simping house husbands.
That's messed up.
Hello,
Okay.
boys.
Hey.
Wow.
So this is kind of awkward for me because I went into a whole thing about how Steven's no longer going to be here anymore. And how Tina was so upset that the Ant-Man movie didn't match her Loki expectations. You were never coming back.
Oh wow, because you lie. Because I freaking love that movie. It was
You like how you
awesome.
rearranged
Was
the tiles
my
so that
God.
you are between the two of them now, so that you guys can have
Just
your
give me a
chat.
second. I should have prepared this earlier, but I just need to do this thing here now. How do I spell bad take Bojan? He's back. There we go.
Tina.
Yes, yes.
I watched the movie today as well, and
It was flipping awesome. Those maiden post credit scenes, made up everything. If you can just hold that suspension of disbelief over the fact that Kang's
What the
powers
fuck?
are completely inconsistent throughout the whole movie, it's a freaking awesome movie.
I just don't get why he stopped disintegrating people when the heroes were there.
I'm sorry?
Here's what I said on Twitter, because I think it really nails it, right? Walking out of Ant-Man, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I don't care enough to dislike it or if it was fine. It was a movie. Nothing frustrating, but not entertaining. It was
so
it was
much
meh.
fun.
It was
Paul Rudd kicked butt.
It was not fun. We were talking about how
Catherine
it felt.
yeah,
he got
Catherine
40 minutes
neutered
he was in
and
the
watered
movie.
down. He was watered down for this one. I don't think he didn't come off as charming. Whenever he had to be around the women, he just felt impotent.
Dude, they constantly shat on him for the first 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're also like 1,000 times smarter than he is. He's just the dumb thief in the group. I mean,
What
I
the
don't know if
fuck?
you've ever been the dummy in a group full of science geeks. I mean, that's totally my family. That's not, my sons and my husband, and science rings around me. So
But then bring up another topic, Tina. Bring up shoes or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, that'll
Oh, yeah.
teach him.
Yeah. So talking about
Book
shoes.
nerds.
And the best part is, though, my oldest son, he gets the mansplaining theme down. Well, you see, Mom, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I gave birth to you. Shut up.
No, I got to agree with Bush on this one. I thought Ant-Man was also super intelligent and contributed to the development of this technology.
He was the one.
Ant-Man did, but not Scott
In the
Lang.
MCU.
No.
Yeah,
Hold
not
on.
the MCU.
Okay.
No, we're not going to give
That's
spoilers.
him.
Let's not give spoilers. But in Endgame, it was him that came up with the entire idea of, listen, I was in quantum realm. I had a lot of time to think, and because of this time, blah blah
spoiler
blah.
alert, everybody! Spoiler
For
alert.
Endgame,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, for Endgame.
Yeah. We should be able to travel through this. So he got that whole ball rolling. And if it wasn't for him and the rat that tripped the button
but
to get him out of
technically, it was
there.
all Tony Stark. Remember? He went Tony Stark. They said, "I can't invent time travel." Oh, look, I did it. So
And
technically, it was all him.
Ant-Man, don't forget when he first got access to that suit or whatever, he was messing around with it because he has a master's in engineer. So when it comes to actual tech, he does know what he's talking about. It's when you put quantum in front of every word, you're going to lose him.
Very true.
I always took Lang as an idiot. I thought that he said that kind of like as a dumb idea, and it was taken seriously, and they ran with it.
Exactly. That's how
like,
that's how Paul Rudd's played the character.
Seriously, Paul Rudd's best moments was him walking down the street at the beginning and the end of the film. That's literally that was the only time I actually felt like.
on. When
him,
he was
yeah.
hand on hand fighting Kang, I thought it was awesome.
Did not feel like him, no.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Did you see how
Paul
big
Rudd-
Kang's arms were? There was no way he was
Yo,
going to beat
Moses
him.
is
Well-
no
well-
joke.
Unfortunately, Paul Rudd said they took about 45 minutes of additional, fight scenes out of the movie to make it closer to the 2-hour mark. So
There are very few male heroes left in the MCU, so we should give them some credit. Let them-
exactly.
I'll
The
say
only
this.
thing is, I gotta say, like, yes, I have not seen this movie yet, but most of the takes I've seen from people I respect have been, it's not bad. but it's not a great movie. Not even really that good a movie. It's a meh movie.
Yeah.
Well, all the
Well, I
Ant-Man movies have
loved
been like that for
Loki,
me.
and it was
No,
a
disagree.
perfect follow-up.
That's not
to
helping
Loki,
you.
Bridge to the next season.
It's not
Hey,
even
hey,
an
hey, hey.
Ant-Man or a Wasp movie. I mean, she's barely even in it.
Well, no, because the Wasp in this Ant-Man and the Wasp was Janet Van Dyne. Get with the picture, right?
Why isn't her last name Pym?
Because she's a smart enough person that she didn't want to change her name.
Get the fuck out of
Because
here.
she,
Wait.
no, seriously, when you have a career or if you're well known, I'm not going to change my name just to match my husband's. I mean, I was a nobody when I got married.
I'm talking about Hope.
You know, I was her.
I'm talking about Hope.
They're not, well, Hope is Janet Van Dyne's daughter, so she would be.
Also, Hank Pym's daughter.
So you could, but if you go back in history, like you only know who the real father is a total guess unless you have DNA.
What
you
the
know?
fuck?
You always take the mother's name because that's the only guarantee of who this, who
Tina.
the child.
In matriarchal lines, yeah.
Are you trying to gaslight? Are you trying to gaslight us right now? That's not how this works at all.
I'm feeling a little gaslit.
Well, I'm sorry if you don't buy into the more natural Wiccan, matriarchal societies, but
Boost, what are you talking about? Hope was raised by her mother. Her mother was in the quantum realm for 30 years. Since she was 7, she was raised by her dad.
Well, from 0 to 7, that's
they were married.
Time.
They were together.
Dad was off doing crap with
so was the mom.
Army and the
yes,
Avengers
but then
and
he
stuff.
raised her from the age of 7 to now. Like, doesn't make any sense.
But
no.
Well, if her name was already
Boost,
what it was, then
she was 7 years old when her mother was lost in the quantum realm. I just rewatched both movies last night.
Okay, so you don't think the father would have not insisted the name be changed in?
No, I don't know why she was born and they gave her the mother's name like she's Jewish. Is this a Jewish thing?
Pretty sure it's not.
The theory is
she Jewish though?
Well, the theory is, according to the Marvel website, is that she has her mother's name because Hank changed it after the mother's death.
You broke up. Nobody heard you.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. What was the thing on Marvelpedia?
That Hope decided to.
You can't hear you.
Well, she's muted. Now you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted between talking.
I thought she was Canadian. Canadians can.
I swear to God, I didn't hit the mute button.
All right. Well, I guess I have to Google it myself.
No, it says Hope Van Dyne decided to take her mother's last name while she was estranged from her father because at the beginning of the first movie they weren't getting along.
All right, now that makes sense.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Up with the matriarch.
Ugh, whatever. Anyway, MODOK stole the movie for me.
MODOK's in the movie?
Yeah, it was much better than I
haven't paid
thought.
attention.
I thought.
Oh yeah.
I thought the premise was lame, but it turned out really good.
Really good. I don't want to say any more than that.
Tina.
I don't want to say any more than that. But the last time we see him, that was the only time I laughed out loud throughout this movie.
It's never too late to stop being a dick.
That's true.
True that. So is it worth seeing? What do you guys think?
No, you can wait for it, bro.
If you're going to watch Loki season 2, I know you have to watch Loki season 1, but if you're going to watch Loki season 2 when it comes out, you have to make sure you see this movie.
Okay.
Not even a little bit.
No, this is
not even a
because
little bit. No.
They've contradicted themselves again in it because in this, Kang said he was the one that broke the universe. But then it was supposed to be Loki, but then it was like everyone's responsible for it. It doesn't make any bloody sense.
Well, the Kangs are the only ones who are really in charge of the multiverse.
The TBA, whatever they're called, the Time Bandit cops, they're the ones that are trimming the stems that are branching off of the timeline.
Because there was only one timeline. Then all of a sudden, there's all these other Kangs that are like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's difference between timelines and universes, multiverses. That's the way it was explained to me.
No, the multiverses all have these branches that whenever, let's say that you're supposed to go to work, but you're like, I'm not going to work. The TBA or whatever are going to come and grab you and then melt you and then kill the entire universe so that it doesn't
TBA
branch
also
off
evolves
into something else.
in multiverses because there's nothing that can happen in time that would have changed Loki from being a crocodile. Because there was the alternate version of him being a crocodile. So,
hey, Thor was a frog. It's okay for Loki to be a crocodile.
I thought each timeline was its own universe, which would
that's how they've explained it in Marvel. That's
right.
Alternate timelines are alternate universes. Yes. They are one in the same.
Right. So there could be a crocodile universe, people universe.
But that's what I'm saying. So it can't just be a straight timeline difference. So the TBA doesn't just do time; they do multiverse stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, also remember that the TVA didn't trim all of the timelines, because remember, once it gets past that, whatever that point was, then it became a branched timeline that they couldn't trim.
Which is why they only had so much time to go and trim.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I thought it was fun. I'm going to see season 2. If I have to see this movie to watch season 2, then
you don't. I don't know where she's coming up.
That's
with
what Tina's saying.
Because
Tina told me to watch Loki and said I would like it, and I did.
Yeah.
There's no references or anything to it. There's nothing that's even.
Because Loki season 2 is all about continuing the Kang story. It started with Loki season 1, and it's continued through the Ant-Man movie. It's all about Kang and the Kang Dynasty.
But why do you need to watch Loki before seeing this movie?
No, I said that he should see this movie before seeing the second season of Loki.
Because
he already watched the first season.
That it threads together?
Yes.
Is what you're saying? Okay.
But was the statue at the end of the first season of Loki, was that Kang the Conqueror?
That was one of the Kang variants. We don't know which one.
I mean, it could have easily been one of the guys that were in the stadium cheering like an idiot at the end.
You think it's the dude that sounds like what's his name? Forrest Whitaker from Rogue One.
That was a Mortis. One of the Kang variants.
Yeah, but he sounded like Forrest Whitaker from Rogue One.
Okay, if they're bringing variants into the cinematic universe, does that mean are they going to bring characters back that are dead, or like what do you guys think?
Only the women,
or female versions.
Well, rumor has it that as they progress, they're going to have they're going to be able to maybe get Tom Cruise to cameo as Iron Man and do all the different types of fan casting. Kind of like they did with the Multiverse of Madness.
Because he was supposed to be Iron Man initially, but turned it down.
If you look back at the 1997 copy of Wizard magazine, you'll see that.
Look, okay. I mean, it's interesting. I guess.
3 people got that joke, but it was.
Are they going to bring the X-Men in this way?
I mean, they're kind of brought in. They brought in Professor Xavier, who, by the way, Patrick Stewart was picked in Wizards magazine in 1996 to be Professor Xavier.
You are a wellspring of knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But I do got to go get going. I do have another stream I have to get to.
All right, thank you, Matt. Thanks for holding it down, brother.
You got control of this, Walton?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
All right, take care, Matt. Thank you, brother.
Tina. My goodness. I'm going to watch season 2.
You won't be able to cure me. I am an MCU super fan.
I wish that I could enjoy it as much as you. All right, bye, everybody.
See you later. Slutter, are you staying or are you hanging out? Or are you heading out?
I mean, I don't have any reason to leave.
Okay.
Unless you want me to leave. I can leave if you want me to.
No, I need you here. Thanks, man. So, yeah. So
X-Men are actually going to come in, rumor has it, through the Deadpool movie. Because he's going to be doing a bunch of time travel with Cable and Wolverine.
Dude. The Deadpool movie is the one that all the at least the most ardent of I'm not going to watch this are like, well, I'm going to see that. I'm going to go see Deadpool.
Yeah, they do the Spider-Man movies and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Deadpool is advantageous because he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He can break canon. He can break rules. None of it has to make any sense. It's just Deadpool.
and it's fun. I think
Yeah, I
And
love the Deadpool movies.
that's the same way I look at Loki, and I can understand if people can't appreciate that, but
Yeah,
it
I
makes
just don't
me
like that
happy.
Loki got shit on throughout the entire first season of his show. Like,
I
he had a
didn't think
great
that was the
redemption
case
arc.
at all.
He had a great redemption arc, and then what happened? He gets the shit kicked out of him. He gets the shit kicked out of him by the female version of him. He gets the shit kicked out of him by the time variant patrol, whatever the hell they're called. Like, everybody beats the shit out of Loki.
Well,
It
I
seems like a
kind of
lot of fans have issues with, strong women, and the
I
fact that a
like
woman
that.
might actually beat them in a fight. It's kind of sad.
Did you see her as per compared to him? Like, no, sorry.
What, the female Loki?
Yeah, like if they put her on a workout regimen, she gets super ripped, and then maybe it's a little more believable. But that never seems to happen.
I get that, but that character was also had to survive from a very young age. Run, survive, do whatever she had to do to live. So, you gotta imagine her reflexes or taking advantage of, her lack of strength. She'd overcome that or find ways to.
Yeah, so you have to imagine with a guy like Loki, like getting kicked in the nuts, he'd be able to overcome that and find a way to continue fighting.
Loki's kind of like a bitch, though, right? He's a mage. He's not a fighter, although he can fight. We've seen him fight. And the version of Loki that we got there was the earlier one, right? And I get what you're saying, Slender. I totally get it, because as the series goes on, at least the movies go on, you like Loki more and more. You accept him for who he is, but he has growth, his character growth, that you kind of go on this journey with him. And the Loki in that show didn't go through any of that. So I look at it like a speed trial of kicking his ass and making him learn lessons that he had otherwise learned. And so that's why he had to go through what he did. And I like the way his character evolved by the end. I think it showed that there were some innate qualities inside of him that just need a little bit of nurturing, or treating him like the narcissist he is, and to get him to the point where accepting who he is and accepting things like his fears, and then overcoming them and becoming kind of the, I guess, semi-heroic Loki that we saw in the movies.
And I think it was really key for him to spend that time with the other Lokis to kind of realize, like President Loki or whatever was, he was a jerk, and where did it get him?
Right,
lost an arm, that kind of thing. And then there was the self-sacrificing Loki, and then all of that.
I think it made him look in the mirror, look in look in the mirror of his actual self. Because people like him, they look at others and they judge themselves based on the qualities or strengths of someone else, and that's why Loki was always pushing to grab power, or would do anything it took to look dominant or be a dominant person in the room, because inside he felt inferior. And I liked how he approached that in those sequences with Owen Wilson. Owen was just like making him, just forcing him to understand, like, you're under my control, you're under our control. And the character growth, I think, through that series was better than the movies. And I just enjoy it for what it was, like all the erroneousness that I just like, the time pruning and all that stuff. I just kind of took it for what it was and just had fun with it, because I like the character,
Yeah.
So it was fun to me.
And that's pretty much how I approached the MCU. I mean, even I totally understand, culture and other super fans of, Moon Knight didn't like this interpretation, because it was very different than, the original Moon Knight. It only kind of was in line with one short, run that was at some point in the 2000s. I remember 2000, 2010, somewhere around there.
And that's when it comes down to, like, perspective. I respect people like Nick Weiser or Pops, or somebody who's really into those stories and the variations of those stories, that can explain why they liked it, why they didn't like it, and why they like this version better, because they have their own taste, they got their own take on it. I look at the medium on TV and movies as its own. This is its own universe. If it's shit, it's going to be shit. If it's and if it doesn't even carry the same spirit as the character, and you can see it, then, like, yeah, I get it, I understand. I love the Hulk. I couldn't stand the Hulk in the Avengers. I love the Incredible Hulk, like that Hulk. Ed Norton's Hulk.
Ed Norton's Hulk was really good.
God, it was good. Could you imagine if we got that storyline continued with him doing it? It would have been great.
I don't understand. Like, they got rid of him because he was hard to work with? Why? Because he wanted to make a good freaking movie?
He kept trying to rewrite the sequel.
Maybe the sequel was crap. Maybe he was on something.
He also kept trying to rewrite the movie he was in that he wasn't a writer on.
Yeah, he is one of those.
And if you're not a team player, it's, sometimes it's easier just to cut you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What if you're playing on a team that's losing?
Right, Slender.
Like, because I mean, according to them, right? According to them, Henry Cavill wasn't a team player on The Witcher. But we saw what they did when he got kicked off the team. They fucked everything up.
Well, I think it was a different era then too. I don't think like woke hadn't crept in as much, and nowhere near as much as it has now. So
exactly. And I think that Henry Cavill went in as a producer with some push on Witcher, where I don't know if that was the case with Edward Norton. I mean, maybe he was just got just the credit for name, kind of like what what's his face is complaining about with the shooting. Oh, I wasn't really a real producer. I was just like an in-name only producer. Baldwin.
Oh, and there had been early reports with Ed before, but I'm sorry, that film was the best Hulk film we had gotten, and I wanted to see the Abomination. I wanted, like, they were building, that movie was building for that universe that we never got.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way better than Eric Bana's version. Oh God.
Yeah, but wasn't that movie written? That movie was done by a completely different studio because it was before. Wasn't that before Disney owned the license for Hulk?
I believe so. And the way that they tried to, like the way they tried to format the film, I liked. They wanted to make a lot of comic book references, panel references and things like that. That I did like. It was just, just the presentation of the character. I think Eric Bana could do it. I like that actor. It's just the story was bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Take me back to Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby. Give me that series that I grew up on.
Yeah,
I love that series.
That was good.
It really was. It absolutely was. Guys, thank you so much for being here. What's up, Boosh? Boosh is out there going, he's like us right now. He said he is totally a fighter. He is a fighter, but he's more of a magic user than a fighter. He's also a demigod. He is absolutely a demigod. He's a prince of an entire universe or of the entire world. And he said, and the show is about breaking him down. Yes. Well, it is about breaking him down, breaking down his ego to allow the best aspects of him to shine, in quick order, in my opinion, in quick order, because it took years and movies to get the Loki we got who was killed by Thanos, and, okay. Well, I'm sorry if I did, I misspoke. Thank you for correcting me, Boosh. Appreciate you.
I don't know. I think part of the whole problem I have with just Marvel's presentation of Loki in general is I'm a lot more familiar with the actual Norse lore of Loki.
Right.
And from everything I've read, dude, Loki's the good guy. The Asgardians are a bunch of assholes that treat humanity like shit. And Loki teaches them humility on a regular basis.
That was one of his functions as chaos. Yeah. Well, a lot of the gods had hubris. I mean, it was for the ancient gods, and those stories are meant to, I think, are meant to convey lessons to humans about, how power corrupts, and how sins taken too far can do damage, like untold damage. So that's an interesting take on I understand. You know how long it took me to say the name Loki. When the people that I started practicing with back in the day, that if you said that name, you'd hail Thor 3 times. So when those movies first started, I couldn't even, I was like, I don't want to say that name. I don't want to summon that energy. I don't want to summon that energy. Like, that's how I was taught.
I mean, I've read a lot of that lore, a lot of the folklore,
Yeah.
My
Awesome.
my wife is huge into it, so she'll listen to like the audiobooks, like the people recording all the different Norse lore. And like the more I listened to it, the more I was like, yeah, they're all assholes, and Loki just does things that piss them off. Like everybody else would probably love Loki for the stuff he does to them.
Is there one in particular that you liked?
The one in particular that I liked was the whole the deal with dressing Thor up like a woman to get his hammer back.
My God.
He gave the hammer to, I don't remember if it was dwarves or frost giants or something, and they wanted it, you know, in exchange they wanted to marry Freya because they always want to marry Freya. So they dressed Thor up in wedding attire and put a veil on him and everything. And he went to the marriage ceremony, and right before, you know, they were married, he got his hammer and then he killed everybody.
Oh, damn. So he cross-dressed so that he could go kill.
Yes, and was completely, you know, emasculated and embarrassed, and Loki was loving every minute of it and thought it was hilarious.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, speaking of Thor, the cool thing is when we were leaving the theater, there was an entire like cosplay group. They had Ant-Man, the Wasp, they had Thor, they had somebody dressed up as Iron Man in like official costumes, and even a Captain Marvel. And it like all professionally done and everything. It was really cool, and they were taking
Nice.
pictures with all the kids and stuff. It was so neat.
So that is a cool part of fandom. That's awesome. What about the how was the cinematography? Like, how were the action sequences, guys? What did you think of how the movie look?
I thought the Quantum Realm, the CGI was really pretty. I mean, it was hard to say whether it was good or bad quality because it's not like they were faking something real. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought that part was really cool, kind of on par with, you know what Avatar was trying to do with the second movie. But I didn't think there was enough fighting. And that kind of comes back to, you know, Paul Rudd saying that they took out a lot of the fight scenes in order to have the screen time to be closer to the 2-hour mark. So, you know, and a lot of the fighting was the usual, you know, grow big, grow small, punch this, punch that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say that it was remarkable by any means, but it was, you know, typical Ant-Man stuff.
What about you, Slender? What do you think?
Sorry, I got distracted. What?
That's okay. Now, what did you think of how the movie looked?
Oh, I haven't. If we're talking about the Quantumania, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought you had.
I've just seen what all the usual suspects are saying about it, and they are not giving the same take that Bad Take Bojan is giving.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. I kind of like. I wasn't really interested. Just interested in it. Ant-Man just doesn't. It isn't an interesting character to me, and the last two movies just didn't hold my attention. You know, so I wasn't really worried about seeing it. And I knew in the sphere that we're in, if you don't see it in the first couple of days, you can't avoid hearing anything, you know, what's going on, what the story is. So, but
yep. And I just checked Rotten Tomatoes, and the the critic score is in 48, where it was the same this afternoon, but the audience scores at 84%.
Audience is good, and the critics are bad.
Yep. So pretty typical.
How much woke was in it?
I really didn't think that there was much woke at all. I mean, a lot of the story was focused on, you know, Janet Van Dyne and her experience in the quantum realm, and, you know, what happened prior to her coming home. And so she was in it a lot more than Evangeline Lilly, you know, Hope's character, even though they were all, you know, there. And I don't think that Cassie Lang took up a huge part of the movie either. You know, she was just kind of there, you know, the reason for, you know, Scott playing along and, you know, and doing what they asked him to do. even Hank Pym's character, he was in it for just a small amount, and but then at the end of the movie, he gets his little kind of moment in the sun during the boss fight. So it was kind of cool.
Cool. All right. Well, seeing as that God, we were going to review episodes 3 and 4. I'm not even sure. Slender, did you guys ever get a chance to do that earlier in the show? I guess he stepped away. So another thing I want to talk about, what movies we were looking forward to seeing, if there was any films upcoming after this that we were looking forward to. And Deadpool's on my list. Like I can't wait to see that. Is there any films coming up that you're looking forward to seeing, Tina?
I try to think of the trailers that we saw before the movie. There was the Fast and the Furious. I haven't ever seen a single one of them, so
you've never
but
seen one, and you're waiting to see it?
never seen one. No, definitely not. I was just trying to think of the trailers
Oh,
that
gotcha.
we saw
Yeah.
before the movie.
Once you hit 5, after that, it gets really ridiculous.
Exactly. So, but gosh, I can't say there were any trailers that were before the movie that, sparked additional interest in anything. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to Deadpool. I did like the preview for what's coming out in May. Crap, I forgot. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. That was really cute. So I'm excited for that.
Cool. How about you, Slender? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm invested in the ongoing story of John Wick, so Chapter 4 is definitely on my radar.
Yeah, the trailer was good for that. I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies either, but my husband and my boys love it.
And looks well. I mean, at some point this year, we're supposed to get Dune Part 2, right?
I believe that's true.
So beyond that, yeah, there's nothing that's really got me excited. Deadpool 3, obviously. That's about it.
Trying to think what else is coming out. Cocaine Bear. Everybody's excited about that. I think I might watch it just for fun. I like kind of stupid movies where you don't have real high expectations for.
Yeah, I don't think that one's going to be one that we want to watch because of the quality of the film, but just the absurdity of the concept will probably carry to. We're running the show again. Why are we running the show? And everybody having technical difficulties today.
Oh my gosh, too funny. How scary. We're in charge and have no control over anything.
The inmates have taken the asylum.
Exactly. What do you think about the Shazam sequel? Any interest in that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I liked the Shazam movies. Like they're good. It's fun. I'm not expecting this to be like a world-shattering sort of movie or anything, but I'll have fun with it, and that's all I want out of a Shazam movie.
Yeah, for one movie I'm looking forward to, but it has obviously not, it's not a comic book movie. It probably doesn't have a very large audience, but they finally made a movie out of the book Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did it. It's going to be horrible. But the trailer that I saw is really cute. So
made a movie out of what now? You went robot voice there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be having internet issues.
Everybody is.
I'm looking forward to seeing Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. It's one of the Judy Blume books that came out back in the 70s and 80s. So I was a little worried because it was one of my favorite childhood books, but the trailer looks cute. So, because it's actually going to be set in the 80s. So,
gotcha.
And I think I'm scrolling through the list. Oh, the sequel to the Spider-Verse movie is also coming out this summer. I'm looking forward to that. I saw the first one and enjoyed it.
I guess there's the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, that trailer looked really cute. I'm not sure if I'll go to the theaters for that one, but it was something I definitely want to watch.
Oh, there's very little I'll go to the
feels like
theaters for at this point.
Me either. I haven't been excited to go to the theater in a real long time. You know,
Yeah.
The last thing
What
I
it
went to
is.
the theater for was like 2 weeks ago, and I went to the theater for anime. So
The Mission Impossible, another one of those movies is coming out this summer. I know a lot of people like those.
yeah, that's got a big following.
I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. You know, I'm still holding a grudge.
Me neither.
So
I don't
you?
mind Tom Cruise, but like I think he's a little overrated. I don't think he's that great.
I like his acting in certain films. I do. I think he's an accomplished actor. He's just not one of my
absolutely.
favorites.
I liked him in the Show Me the Money movie. What was that?
The Color of Money.
No, when he says Show Me
sorry.
the Money.
Oh,
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
yes.
I liked him in that.
I liked him in The Firm. Legend. It's one of my movies I used to watch when I was a kid. Love that film. Other than that,
Top Gun came out while I was in high school, so that was all the big praise. So.
There you go.
I was in the United States Navy and served on an aircraft carrier for 5 years. So every time I see Top Gun at this point, I want to throw up.
Well, I can appreciate that. And I think it's really, really cute that all the people are running around like, look how badass Tom Cruise is because he was flying in those planes for the movie. I'm like, yeah, because the military said don't freaking touch anything and we'll let you film inside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the part I thought was funny.
Pretty badass.
But a bunch of people are into the Blue Beetle movie that'll be coming out this summer.
I am kind of interested in that. I know that those pretty much all just dead storylines at this point, but I like the lead, so I'm going to give it a shot. See if it's and I'll report on it. How I honestly feel.
And I don't know if I'll go to the theater for the Marvels. I did enjoy the Miss Marvel series. I watched it with my niece, and she's 13, and so we watched it last summer when she was 12, and she just absolutely loved it. So it was kind of a neat to watch it kind of with her and kind of see it through her eyes and stuff. So
Tina, you have to live up to your name and support Brie Larson. You have to do that. You have to live up to your image and to your name and support that film.
Okay. All right. If I must, I will go see it in the theater.
That's right. Take it for the team. Slender Dad's dying to see the Marvels. He can't wait to see how that unfolds.
Well, I do actually want to. Okay. I was gonna say I do actually want to see the Barbie movie. Speaking of silly, ridiculous movies coming out this summer.
That's like a guilty pleasure film. I mean, we're all allowed one of those. Mm-hmm. What? Are the trailers looking good? What has your interest?
Margot Robbie, I'm a huge fan. I think she's just really, 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 really fun. And the idea of Ryan Gosling as, oh my God, I'm having stream brain right now. Ken. Yes, thank you. I think it's kind of funny. So.
Is he going to lack genitals? Is it going to be like the whole plastic, is he actually going to be like a Ken doll? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
Slender, I didn't get a chance. My internet dropped out before I had a chance to ask you because I haven't seen John Wick 3 yet. Is it as good as the other two?
John Wick 3?
Yeah, you said you're looking forward to 4.
Let me see. Which one was John Wick 3? They all blur together because they're all awesome.
Are they?
Well, Halle Berry was in that? Yeah, John Wick 3 was amazing. There's a whole part with German Shepherds you have to see.
All right.
That's cool. All I know is John Wick has something to do about dogs. That's I tease about.
They killed his dog, and he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, right. And he had to come out of retirement. Apparently, he was a really good ass kicker, and came out of retirement and started kicking ass.
The inciting incident. It is what leads to everything else in every movie to follow.
And now they're German Shepherds in the third one. Do they get harmed? This is a bad thing.
No, but they harm things. They harm things like with a vengeance.
Cool. Cool.
Dogs get revenge.
Kraven the Hunter's coming out this fall. That's one of the DC movies I'm actually looking forward to.
Is that going to be a part of the old, I guess, the old universe that's coming down or falling apart, being cut off? Which is fucked up because I like Black Adam. I do like that film. Whether I recognize the imperfections, but I enjoyed it. And now we're not going to get Black Adam versus Superman, Henry Cavill Superman, which I think would have been awesome.
Oh, I misspoke.
But,
that's actually a Marvel character. It's one I've never followed. So I lied. It's not a DC.
Oh, there you go. Oh. So I'm doing two different things at once, and I'm unable to do that. Looking for upcoming films.
Oh, you want me? I can share you I can share the website. I've been scrolling through. It's Cinema Blend.
Oh, can you? Cool. That would be awesome because my browser hates me. And Tina, while you were fighting ice and snow to get home, my just had a complete conniption fit, and to do a bunch of updates that I guess it hasn't done since 2015. And just kept me there. It just kept me there. And eventually it got to a point where it said it was cleaning up and it hit 100%. 100%. It was staring at me and going, I'm not 100. I'm lying to you. For 10 minutes. and then the screen went black and said, you're not getting any information whatsoever. You're just going to stare into limbo while everyone else is streaming and you're watching the clock go by. And I'm like, fuck myself. Next week going to be on point. Next week I'm going to be at that computer an hour beforehand. I'm going to reset it on purpose just to make sure. And no, damn, I need to replace my computer. It's totally my fault. Oh, what's up, Mackany? How you doing, man? Member, thank you very much for becoming a member of Scott's channel. See him get monetized again, brother. That dude right there. Proud to know him since he first started streaming. Got to do some of his first live streams with him. We hung out for a long time. And guys, please check out Mackany Draws. Support him. There's people over there. Good to man, I'm so proud to see how far you've come, dude. I remember when you weren't sure if you could even stream. I remember when you start doing your art streams and you were unsure as to if you were going to build an audience or I remember all that time how far you've come. And I'm blessed to have seen it, Mac. Love you, brother. All right, let's
I shared the link in the private chat
to myself a bit when you told us it will take my comm about 10 minutes to restart, and then I'll be there.
Well, normally it does. But I know it's like 15 on lie because I'm really embarrassed. I'm really at how bad shape and how much I need to replace this thing because I haven't done it. It's like the lounge rid of. You're so comfortable with it. I know this computer. I've done so many things with it. I have files in here I rid of, and I've been really reluctant to upgrade this thing. And at some point, I'm going to have to because that can't happen. Normally, when it updates like that, it does it during the day, not, I don't know, 2 minutes after a stream's supposed to start. So
that totally sucks. Well, I shared the
crashes,
the link in the private chat. I would share, except with all the huge snow and ice storm we're having. I've already been, roboting out a few times already during the stream. So
I gotcha. No, I will definitely share it. Oh, I am totally going to share it and just pray, with confidence that my browser won't crash because that's the point that it's at now. Slender, it's sad. It's sad. I can't even look at porn anymore. It's just.
I mean, we can get
my masturbation
point, offline, and we can take a look at your specs, see if your computer needs a tune-up or if there's specific things that you could upgrade that are more cost effective than just replacing the computer. I know enough about that shit to help.
That would be awesome because at this point I'm thinking the only upgrade it needs is a mallet, and it was testing me. It was asking me. It's like, I'm ready to go and you're going to help me. And that's what it did to me today. It got to a certain point, Slender, and then it just stopped. It said, no, we failed again. And then I just did it again and then started doing it again. And then it got to another certain point and said, no, we failed. And we're going to start over again. And that's what it was doing to me like the first 20 minutes. And at that point, I just felt defeated and just knew, all right, it's going to, well, and that took 45 minutes. Let's see. Horrible. All right. Are these all okay? Here we go. Here's a list. 80 for Brady. I don't even know what that is. Oh no, I don't even want to look at that.
Oh, that's that one that
Knock
came
at the
out.
Cabin. Some people have been talking about that.
80 for Brady
sorry,
looks to be a documentary about Tom Brady.
It's basically
I don't need
about
to see
4 women in their 80s that are going to go to the Super Bowl to see Tom Brady, and that's pretty much it. It's Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and somebody else I can't think of. So, I mean, it's definitely not.
Are they all bringing?
You know, we're definitely not the target demographic.
Okay, all right. It's not going to be bringing deflated balls with them or anything.
I don't think so.
No, nobody got that. Deflategate, nobody. Okay.
Oh, I got it. I got it. I just don't think the old ladies are going to know anything about Deflategate.
Well, fans, he didn't do it. Some people had said Knock at the Cabin. They were looking that looked good. They were looking forward to that. I have been so disenfranchised film, like so conditioned not to want to see any of it because of all the crap that we've had thrown at us in the last several years. And like for a while there, I just gave up. I didn't watch like the stuff that came out, like the Marvel shows. I didn't watch any of them. Loki was the first one I watched, and I didn't care. You know, so something really has to grab my attention. What I like about going around streams, like talking with Mad Talks, is they bring up films that aren't getting a lot of promotion, that look good, you know. And so that being in those circles, I've been enjoying hearing about different films that have come out, or you know, low budget films, like you know, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And the last Ant-Man movies were not. They were. I mean, they were okay, but they weren't really. They didn't hold my attention. Yeah, it was definitely a movie that I could just pause and go do something and then forget. So, I mean, if I watch this film, it's going to be like, all right, I really have to gear up for it. I'm going to psych myself up to go to watch this thing. You're telling me it's good. Everybody else says it sucks. You've been right. You've given me suggestions. The first one you gave me, you were right. If you're right on this, Tina, I'll let you know.
All right.
I will let you know. Any films up here that you guys looking forward to? Concentration, Sharper. I don't even. Julianne Moore's pretty good.
Oh, I like Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
None of these are
Your Place or
none
Mine.
of these
Netflix.
look
No.
all that interesting to me. I mean, I might see
No,
them at
you're-
some point,
you
but
don't
I'm
wanna
not
see
running
Reese
off to the
with-
theater.
You don't want to see Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher Slender. That's not your thing.
Ashton
That's gonna look good.
Kutcher, like every time he opens his mouth, I wish I was there so I could slap him. And he's a really nice guy, but like, oh my god, he sounds dumb.
The whole that 70s show, I watched that, and like that's where that comes from. The Butterfly Effect was the last film I watched with him that I liked. That was it.
I mean, I liked him okay in The Ranch, but he's still like, he just, whether he is acting or I see him outside of like the acting role, he sounds dumb. And I know he's not. I know he's probably a relatively average intelligence human being, but like, just work on the way you speak, man. Like, you're an actor. You should be able to sound smart.
Damn. All right, Slender Lip. I am looking forward to Cocaine Bear. I am looking forward to that.
I'm kind of
What
interested
about you,
to see
Slender?
it.
Is that on the list?
Yeah.
yeah, that one I'll watch, but I won't go to the theater for. Now, I was surprised at the trailer for Jesus Revolution. That actually looks kind of
Kelsey
cute.
Grammer's in it.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer plays like an old Southern conservative pastor at a time where a whole bunch of flower children from the 70s come into his town, and he he's totally, totally against him, those kids, they're, dirty hippies, blah, blah, blah. But as throughout the trailer, at least, you see that he comes to like appreciate the kind of relationship that they have with God and Jesus and everything. And it just looked kind of like a sweet movie. Once again, nothing that,
Okay.
nothing that's going to be a big blockbuster, but it's pretty cool.
Well, it's got a target audience.
I'm not big on hippies. My dad was a hippie.
Was he? My dad was a post hippie. Like, he wanted to be a hippie, but he wasn't. He was more of a 70s kid. So he was like,
I mean, my dad
hippie.
was in sales when I knew him, but I found a picture of him back in his hippie days wearing the bell bottoms and the freaking tie-dye shirt with long hair. And
sound very angry. Sounds very like a very angry experience, Slender.
I just hippies.
Well, if Jonathan Majors looks anything like he did as Kang in Creed 3, man, did that man bulk up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, Creed series. So I'll check it out. And it's attached to Rocky, and I'm from Philly. So what do you think? I'm already biased. I'm already biased to it. So I'll at least watch it. It's got to be on the list of film. Like, this is a part of this universe I'm watching. That's what it is.
Now,
Everything I want to know.
65, that looked
How bad they are.
interesting. Oh, sorry.
I'm a little curious about the Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming out. I am assuming it's going to be a heaping pile of shit, but I love Dungeons and Dragons, so I will probably see that at some point. And then confirm my suspicions that it is in fact a heaping pile of shit.
And that's why I don't like going to the theater, Slender Dad. That's why. Because I get a thing and I go, and it's not, it's not great. I want something to be great. I want to be entertained. I want films that we used to get 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago that you could watch over and over again. Became a part of your life for a short. You always had it on while you were doing something else because you loved it that much. We just don't get those. Well, with few exceptions, we really don't get those films nowadays. I feel like they're not putting that much heart into it or creativity.
Well, there's only so much room for heart and creativity when you're cramming that much agenda into 2 hours.
Yes, that is true. That's true. Let's see. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, dead film. Okay, I'm
What's
sorry.
65 about?
Adam Driver is spaceship traveling. They crash and land somewhere, but it turns out that somehow they're actually on Earth, but 65 million years in the past. So it's him and this little kid trying to like fight their way, back to, get their ship working and everything so they can get the heck off of a dinosaur-ridden planet.
Okay, that sounds cool. Just that premise sounds cool. All right.
I think I saw a trailer.
I like Adam Driver as an actor. I haven't seen it. No, I didn't even hear about it till just now.
Yeah, we just saw the trailer before the movie tonight. I hadn't heard anything about it either.
Yeah,
how'd the trailer look?
I think I remember seeing a trailer for it and thinking to myself, are they making Ark into a movie? Because there's a video game where that's kind of like, there's a weird premise like that, where there's these people with future, you build up to future tech, but you can ride around on dinosaurs while wielding future tech.
Oh, that's cool. Kind of reminds me of the Dragons of Pern books that I read as a kid.
My mom was into those. My stepmom, she loved those. She loved Dragon Rider, all that stuff.
I love pretty much anything that Anne McCaffrey's written.
Myself.
So, huge fan.
Let's see. Luther the Fallen Sun, Netflix. Netflix is a real big hit or miss.
Mostly miss.
So every now and again, mostly men, they do something. worthy. I guess.
mean, to me,
Scream-
this looks
Scream
like crap,
6.
but my daughters are excited for Scream 6 because they love the Scream movies. They like scary movies. They're at that age where they can't watch a lot of scary movies, but apparently Scream was okay, according to my wife. So they watched Scream. So they'll want to see the new Scream movie.
Scream 1, Scream 2 are good. That's as far as I went.
Yeah, I did not realize there were 6 until we were looking at this. I know the new one, like
Neither did I.
there's like lots of Scream monsters, or there's lots of whatever that dude's called.
Ghost
I don't
face or
know.
something like that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of ghost faces now or something, I guess.
Ah. Yes, I don't think I made it past the third movie.
I don't think I made it past the first. I was like, dude, it's a guy with a stupid Halloween costume and a knife.
Well, it would have been a good one and done. Like Scream 1, that's it. One and
Yeah.
done. Would have been fine.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, kind of like Saw. Like Saw also would have been a good one and done.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But that's kind of every horror movie, right? Like the longer it goes, the more it shifts from a horror to a comedy parody of itself.
yeah. Oh man, I was about to
'Cause,
bring
like,
one of my favorites, and you're right.
You remember when Freddy Krueger, like in like the third Freddy Krueger or something, he went into the dream of the deaf kid?
Yeah.
And
Dream
you see him
Warriors.
come up behind the deaf kid and he's like, hey, but the deaf kid can't hear him. And then you just see him waving his arms around and screaming at the kid. It's like, oh, okay. This isn't scary anymore. Now it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's about shock because that Nightmare on Elm Street 1 was really well done. That was a good film.
Oh, yeah.
That
And the
stayed with
practical
you.
effects, like that
Mhm.
gave me nightmares. And well, you don't want to have nightmares after you watch a movie about a guy who kills you in your nightmares.
I think only except Friday the 13th from 1 to 2, like how they changed. They just basically changed the whole series. That I liked. I thought that for a while there, the Friday the 13th did well, keeping like not doing that. Not that you really can't make Jason Voorhees a comedian, but I think it did it for a good long time. And before it got really ridiculous, it was a good series of horror films.
Well, yeah, eventually you get to Jason X. And
We don't talk about that.
I got news for you. The movie has become a parody of itself at that point.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think I'll be checking out of Scream 6. What about you, Tina? Scream 6?
Nope, haven't seen the last couple. Probably won't see that one.
Yeah. I would have been
Yeah,
interested.
I'm not checking it out. Like I said, my kids want to see it. So,
Well, you might end up seeing it by proxy, Dad.
yeah, I'll be around.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I would have been interested in, but it kind of just takes the wind out of you when you know they're going to be basically rebooting the entire universe. So, I'll see it, but it ain't going to be in theaters. I'll
Yeah.
see it for what it's worth. And it's a shame because I think Zachary did a good job in the first one. Shazam, although I think it got a little too ridiculous. It got way ridiculous in the last 20 minutes, but like the film itself was fun. I had a good one. My son and I saw it, and I had a good time with him. And it wasn't all too serious. And all right. I know I'm picking any fruit that's not beating me over the head with an ideology, but it was, so it was what it was.
Mhm.
I don't know. Anybody else interested in Shazam? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably see it. I don't know if we'll see it in the theater right away. But it looks like it might be a spring break kind of movie. So my kids come home. I think that's like either the week they come home or the weekend that they'll be going back to school, one or the other. So we'll probably go see it.
Slender Dad, you said yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to the theaters for it either, but I'll definitely see it.
Yeah, I think the first one warranted it, in my opinion. Let's see. We'll go as far as Dungeons and Dragons. Champions, Woody Harrelson. I don't even know what Champions about, but it's got Woody in it. And Ernie Hudson. I like those two. Does anyone seen any trailers on Champions or know what that's about?
No,
do
it doesn't
not.
sound familiar.
But like you, I think that Woody Harrelson, I mean, he doesn't do bad in any movie he's ever been in. Like, he's amazing.
Even if the movie's bad.
Oh,
mean-
I saw the trailer for this one. Woody Harrelson is a former minor league basketball coach who's ordered by the court to manage a team of players with intellectual disabilities. So it's going
Tell
to
me
be
it's
one
a
of those
comedy.
heartwarming kind of movies.
Oh, it's not a comedy. It's a heartwarmer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be funny, but more heartwarming.
Okay. All right. Sure. I'm not even going to touch that. I'm not going to say any of the 3 or dozen jokes that came to my head about that. I'm not doing it. Okay. Heartwarmer, leaving it alone. John Wick 4. Yes. Automatically.
This would be worth going to the theaters for. Like, I might go to the theater to see this one.
I will watch 3 to go to the theater to see that, because I have been thoroughly satisfied with John Wick 1 and 2.
Now,
I just haven't had time to see 3.
Has Lawrence Fishburne been in the other ones, or is this going to be like a first?
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is like the king of the bums.
Oh, okay.
And the bums are like a weird, like, because they're all assassins, and like, I guess the bums are like the assassins, like, intelligence network. So, yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is the king of the bums.
Gotcha.
Okay. And let's see. The Lost King. Not interested. Just not interested.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Looks like maybe I'm not the target audience for that one.
I don't think I don't even recognize that one.
I saw something about it in passing. I remember the name. I saw something about it in passing. I said, no, I just pass.
Gotcha.
Just, not hate, not anything hateful. Just no, not for me. And then we'll stop here. What Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves? Well, I thought it was got to be about thieves. The last one was about thieves.
They're all about thieves, man. Like, and I said the same thing. I was like, you've got like paladins and rangers and and wizards. Like, you could make go look in the D&D library. Like, there are probably 1,000 different stories you could adapt to a movie. Why are you always picking the one with the thieves?
Incredible ones. I want to see a series of films about Triss Duerden. I want that universe brought out. Forgotten Realms brought out.
I would love to see a series of films about the Brotherhood of the Griffin.
There you go.
Which, I mean, it's a bunch of dudes that ride around on griffins. They're part of Thay, which Thay actually shows in this one. Thay eventually, it was a country of wizards that eventually was taken over by the undead.
Mm-hmm.
So the Brotherhood of the Griffin had to flee, and they became mercenaries and did kick-ass mercenary shit while riding on griffins.
I mean, what's more balls out fantasy? I'm going to kick your ass better than that.
Yeah. Like, there's so much cool shit you could do, and you're like, let's do thieves again. Everybody really loved the last D&D movie we made that was about thieves.
I mean, the last one was, it was too hokey, but there was some cool stuff in it. Jeremy Irons, anything Jeremy Irons does. It could have been done a lot better than it was. The dwarf gets me though in that film. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, and from what I've seen in the trailer on Honor Among Thieves, and my wife would say I'm tilting at windmills, but it looks very much like the guys are going to get shit on while the girls do all the work and kick all the ass.
Uh-oh.
I hope that's not the case. I really do, but as far as the trailer goes, we see one guy fuck up and destroy a bridge right after being told don't trigger the trap that destroys the bridge. And then we see a girl kick the shit out of a bunch of guards while Chris Pine sits there trying to use the step to break the bindings that he's in. Uh-huh. And then he says, maybe there's a sharper step around here after the girl has kicked everyone's ass already.
You want to say I don't mind those tropes. Like I don't mind that. It's just that it's constantly done and done badly nowadays.
And it is a complete one-way street at the moment that seems to always happen one way.
Go back to Conan. Like there was a woman fighter in that was like sexy and good. You understood she could fight, but but it was very apparent that Conan was stronger, like not just in his size, but they didn't exaggerate, or they didn't know what it was. They didn't emasculate. Show strength, feminine strength.
And that is the key. That it is always done in as emasculating a way as possible.
which is awful because there's so many other ways to show feminine strength, but you don't have to do that. There's so many, and I love heroes done well. It's a trope now. You just expect it. Like you just said, you saw, you get a trailer, you get an idea of something, and you just expect it because we've been fed it for so long. And that just doesn't generate dollars, doesn't generate interest. I don't know how many fourth wave feminists are out there traveling with, dudes in dresses and claiming they're women, and that's your target audience. Like, how many of that is coming to the theater? By the way,
yeah, we don't really have things that have universal appeal anymore, do we? Like, that's become a foreign term.
I'm sorry, I faded out there for a second. What did you say?
I was just saying, it seems like nobody's trying to make anything that has universal appeal. Like, there's going to be, this is for these people, and this is for these people, and this is for those people, and if you don't like this, you're a bigot. And it's like, what happened to universal appeal? Like, everybody loved Die Hard. Everybody.
It's one of the best Christmas movies ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, my internet is so bad I don't even see the chat move, and I put my hotspot on, so I think it's a perfect time to go. I think Tina's got to leave, and I appreciate all you guys for staying here. I know there's other streams going on, and tonight was a bit nuts. Shout out to Matt Mardigan and Slender Dad for holding it down. Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here and doing that. And then Tina coming in about the same time my computer decided to wake up. And everybody in the audience for being here. We greatly appreciate you. Thanking every new member. Thanking every person who stopped by and chatted. Apologize if I didn't get to you in the chat. Everything's going wrong tonight. So like I just now started seeing the chat move, but I appreciate you guys. Wong Scipio, Keely Chow, Butthead showed up in the chat. Boosh, love you, brother, and everybody else. Is there anything that you would like to promote, Tina? Where are you going to be on next?
Oh gosh, tomorrow night and Sunday night I'll be on Vinny Arts channels with the rest of the usual gang, and Saturday night I will be on Vets Talking with a bunch of the other
Nice.
Shoulder Spirit, those guys. We were supposed to be on Tuesday night, but then kind of everybody remembered it was Valentine's Day, so we kind of pushed it off to Saturday. So.
Awesome. All right. Cool. Please check her out on Vinny. That's Talking. Slender Dad, what you got coming up, man?
Similar. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. We've got the Ascendant Art podcast with myself and little Chad. And then usually watching movies with Mad and talking about how much I hate them, and occasionally here. So those are the things I got going on. Awesome. I do have a big project I'm trying to complete this weekend. So hopefully I'll have something new to talk about the next time I'm around, but we'll see.
Ooh, intriguing.
Dude, I can't wait to hear about that. Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. No matter what platform you're watching this on, please remember to subscribe and check out more content coming from Sporking News Podcast. I am author Stephen Walton, the Vanda Menace historian. Weekend on Rogue Entertainment, and hanging out with Mr. Tickle Trunk and whoever else the gang shows up. And thank you guys so much for being here. Remember to wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, yet suffer no